2 sweaters, $4 each, $8 total, and I turned them into this, a crop tee and a beret. Fully upcycled, reclaimed, and honestly, like really cute. Annoyingly cute. I didn't expect it to come out this polished, but here we are. Every year, 92 million tons of clothing ends up in landfills. That is a garbage truck being dumped every single second. And these 2 sweaters, they were a part of that story until I plucked them out of a thrift bin for $4 each. And in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly what I did with them. Hi friends, I'm Betty Rage, your favorite nerdy goth mom, and it's time to get a little crafty. Hello friends, welcome back. We're gonna be deciding what it is that we're going to actually construct and what we're gonna use to do it. So I have a couple of ideas. When we went thrifting last time, I was able to snatch up this sweater, which this is one of the sleeve panels that are left for it, in a cotton blend. It's like this beautiful tweed sweater. Isn't it a nice sweater? Love it. So I was like, wow, this just reminds me of like some really expensive yarns that I've seen. It's so really, really luxurious, right? So I was like, maybe I should just Google the brand because it's not a brand that I'm familiar with, okay? So I did. I Googled the brand, and this sweater is a $130 sweater that I thrifted for $4. And I have gotten a ton of yarn out of it already, and I still have 2 full panels for the sleeves to unravel. Let me show you. Not only do I have these 4 cakes right here, and the 2 sleeves still left, I've actually started working up a project. This panel for like a short sleeve, like square top. It's like a square panel on a square panel, and I haven't decided if because we'll call this the back. We'll call this the back panel, but it's half double crochet, and I just measured how long I wanted it to be across, like shoulder to shoulder, and then just started row by row putting it together. And like I said, it's a half double crochet, but look how beautifully it's already coming together. I am so happy with this. And because it's like light and airy and cottony, I'm just gonna leave it to be a like t-shirt style, like a sweater vest kind of thing, but it's airy and woven. But yeah, so I still have to do the back panel for this. I actually almost finished the back panel, but I used the wrong measurements for the second panel. I don't know what I was thinking, but it wasn't the same size as this. So it was like literally 3 inches short, like the width was 3 inches shorter than what I had previously done for this one. So I was like, oh, okay. So we're gonna have to start that side over. Whatever, no biggie. So I really love the way this is coming up with the half double crochet, like those stitches. I mean, let's talk about how I am not a stitch queen. We aren't. We just get the stuff done, and we are proud of what we do here. But they are showing so nicely. I'll cover my face so you can kind of see. It's coming up really nice, and I love it. And knowing that this was like a luxury sweater, I'll put the brand in the tag, but I don't know anything about this brand. It kind of seems like more of like a yuppie brand for like people who sail or something, and that's not really me. I mean, if you hadn't noticed, that's not really my vibe. Okay, so cool, yeah, we plan on doing that. Then I got to thinking, like, I really want to do like a summery kind of hat. It's literally quite cool here where I live right now for spring. So I got to wear my long sleeves, and I have leggings on underneath my dress, and I was just like, yes, love that. And I pulled out the felt hat because I could handle it. It's not so hot, but I love a good beret. So I got to thinking, like, that's what I want to make. So I have I have a black sweater that I've unraveled partially. I haven't quite finished it. Have we noticed a theme that like I get just enough to do a project out of a sweater, and then I'm like, I'll leave the rest for later. Actually, a good video might be me just going through all of those thrifted sweaters and finally finishing unraveling and caking them all up, or maybe keeping them in ball form. Caking them is like a wild, wild ride, but I could. Then they're ready to go. We don't even have to think about caking them. We'll put that on the, shelf for a later idea because it's already giving me anxiety. So that's what I want to do. So we want to make a beret, and we want to finish up this top that I started. So I have a black, imagine that. I wanted to make a black beret. So that's kind of my plan. We're making a hat and finishing up this top that I am making. And I would like to put a whole look together, but we'll see. With that being said, I have to finish unraveling the red, the 2 sleeves that I have left, and I have to finish unraveling the black that I want to use. We'll take a look. Anyways, I'm excited. Let's get into it. Hello, and welcome back. Okay, so we're already into like day 2 of this project. I am now getting started on this second panel for the double crochet sweater vest thing that we're creating. So that is happening. I want to get finished with that first before we start on the beret, and my reason is I want to make sure that I'm not doing too many things at one time, but yeah, I actually kind of do okay with doing a bunch of different projects at one time. So it's not the worst idea if I get started on it. I had already started unraveling the black cotton sweater that I want to use the yarn for the beret that we're making. And so I do have a little bit of that already going. But then yesterday, like last night after we talked, I decided to go ahead and unravel another panel from that, which is what we have here. It's just a good old black cotton from like Old Navy, I think, a little black cotton cable knit. So that is kind of perfect for what I'm trying to make with the beret. Again, I want it to kind of feel like not as hot, and cotton definitely breathes. We may make a fully like all wool amazing one later on in the year when it's like really cool outside, and I may want to try my hand at felting. Yeah, we are getting going. I have to finish unraveling the rest of our black sweater. This is what it looks like, and I have, this is the back panel. Oh, it's from the Gap, and it was a maternity sweater. It's a back panel and a sleeve. I somehow didn't seam rip those apart. That's like very weird for me. Yeah, so we have the back panel and the sleeve to still seam rip apart, and then also unravel. I always try to have projects on while I know I'm going to be doing some unraveling. I've been thrifting and collecting for the Reanimate Threads whole concept for a long time. Every time I go, I weigh the sweaters that I get, and sometimes I know I always call it sweaters, but like sometimes I've thrifted entire blankets that people had either knitted themselves, that was homemade to begin with, or it was just like made in a way that was easy to unravel, and that's okay. If it's not something that you want to use in the way that it's currently, in the state that it's currently in, that's okay. I know a lot of people are like, oh, but that person spent so much time creating the blanket and they don't want to, I mean, I can't imagine it being completely unraveled and used for something else. In my mind, I think of it like unraveled and used for something else is probably way better, and that person would probably enjoy hearing that or knowing that, than it being, not decomposing in a landfill, or, causing waste, atmospheric waste for our environment because it's being burned, or it's, buried. So that's kind of my thought on that whole process. If you can find a new way to use something, even if it destroys what it was originally created for, like, by all means, do it. I stand behind that 100%, even if it's something I created. My own personal materialism is kind of what started this whole concept for me. And I really think that we can all just do a little bit more. I think there's also something really important about being able to kind of make things for yourself, and really important about being able to make something out of something else. Those are skills that, like, I don't think a lot of people really have anymore. And I think it's important to kind of encourage people to do that. It does create a sense of independence from a system that wants you to be dependent upon it. But I'm not here to like tell people what to do. I'm just kind of documenting what the heck I'm doing. Hopefully, in the meantime, you get inspired to find the thing that you want to do, that you want to create. So we have the first 2 rows here of the front. I haven't decided if I'm going to make it a V-neck or not, but we have a few rows before we have to decide that. So I'm going to keep working on this, and then I'll do some unraveling of our black sweater. That's probably where I'll call it a day on this one today. So with any luck, hopefully by tomorrow we get started on our beret. I'm going to pull a pattern for that. I don't want to mess it up, only because the amount of increasing and decreasing is kind of specific, and I don't want to have to like redo it a bunch of times, because if you know, you know, it happens, as I am making this panel the second time. Well, hi Faye. Hi Faye. So we're working on the other panel of this sweater that we started. We're getting close to finishing this second panel, so we should be done with this. Hopefully, at least the panel's done tonight, and then I'll get back into working on the black yarn. And I tend to get distracted as well, like when my husband goes and gets me a coffee and then my hand keeps getting cold and wet and I don't like it. So I crochet a cozy for it because I can't find any of my other ones that I've made. So that is a distraction. However, I'll have that one now. I know I still have the other one. I just can't figure out what bag I've left it in. Which brings me to, I want to start making a bunch more cozies and maybe even putting them up for sale. Just because I think it's cute. And I want to make some like super punk rock goth type cozies. Anyway, shirt's almost done. We're going to get started on our hat. I may have been slightly ambitious for this video to like do a whole shirt and do a whole hat. Then I was like, well, it took me like 20 minutes to make that cozy. So do I also make a matching cozy for our coffee? I am just checking in here on what I think is day 3 of this whole project here, but we'll work through this a bit more, and then I really have to start unraveling the rest of this black sweater. I know I said I was doing that yesterday, but you know, that didn't happen mostly because I got like super hyper focused on working on this. And since I'm almost done with it, that was an okay thing. Sometimes I'm like crazy about doing too many things at one time, and sometimes I cannot move on to something else until this thing is done, which really there's no rhyme or reason why that is the case, but here we are. Anyways, I'm just going to keep working on this and then get into the seam ripping, unraveling and winding of our black for our beret. The other thing was, do we want to do a little bit of a trim or ribbing on this? Because I'm thinking maybe yes. I'm nervous that this is going to be too big now. No. Okay, we're fine. I am going to keep at this and then we'll be done. And we'll get on to our black sweater. Okay, so one of my most favorite things is happening right now. It doesn't happen every single time. Sometimes you can get one single thread and it unravels the whole seam. It doesn't happen every time. I'm not, but look at that. That would have taken me so much longer. Yeah. So now we have 2 panels and we're going to get those started. Yeah, I will say though, as someone with ADHD, crochet has taught me a lot. I'm learning that like most projects cannot be completed in one day, one setting, most of them. There are several small ones, but like you have to learn how to pace yourself. And if you don't, you'll end up just hating this. Right, so we finally have our piece that is pulling and staying attached. Of course, I'm not typically holding it up like that. I'm over here winding the little ball. So I'm going to keep on doing that. All right, so black yarn is unraveled and we have these guys here. Is there more? Yes, this is all I'm going to worry about right now though. And I am going to double them up just for heftiness. I hope I don't end up regretting that. But right now, we're going to use Old Faithful here. Got our trusty cauldron, we got a candle lit, got a drink with my koozie that I made because it's the coolest and you know it is, right? So, kombucha. So, let's wind some yarn and I'll bring it closer. All right, so status update today, day 4. I don't know. It is a day that I'm working on this project. So we have started our beret. Get it to where the light can actually see. And I am currently, I don't know what number row it is, but we are on, the way this works is every row you do a number and then increase. So like right now I'm on this row, I'm going to do 14 single crochets. Is it double or single? No, it's half doubles. 14 half double crochet, and then I'm going to increase 1, and then 14 half double crochet, and then increase 1, meaning then I do 2 in 1 stitch. So that's this particular row that I'm on. There's a couple of little spots that I will be having to like fix where the yarn pulled, which I don't know why I did that, but okay. Yeah, so we did our little, can we see that? Yeah, did our little magic ring in the middle here, and half double crochet, and then however many rows I'm on right now. What we're looking for is a dimension that I don't have in front of me right now, but it's gonna be so cute, right? And it's cotton, so airy, breathy. And I didn't want to put a bunch of holes, like I didn't want to do like a really loose knit with this because I wanted it to still look like a solid fabric. I'm pretty happy with the way it's coming together. So we haven't gotten to our full increase yet. So we will still be increasing every single row. Like I said, this one will be 14 and then a 2 double crochet in the 15th. And then the next one will be 15 and then 2. I keep saying double crochet, but there are half doubles. Anyways, I've just had coffee, so I'm a little wired. Yeah, so we have that, and we are working on getting this fully increased. We're not too far away, like dimension wise. It'll need to go a little bit bigger so that then we come back down to the size of the head. So it'll be, I don't know. I have to pull up the pattern that and I just pulled up a free pattern. Like, this is just the first free pattern I picked up that was a stitch and that looked kind of like what I wanted to do, because I kind of already had an idea of how I wanted to do it. But this gave me like better guidelines of, okay, on this row, do this, which I kind of figured already. But I am looking to get to a certain size. I measured my head so that when we come back down, I know where to stop. And then I'll put like a little bit of a trim, I think. But we still have a lot to work on for this. And my shirt, both panels are done, but I have not sewed them together. We still have quite a ways to go to finish this out, but I think in the end, we're gonna have a cute little outfit, kind of like the perfect little spring look, which I'm excited about. And I'll keep working on this. I also need to do my nails because they look terrible and I'm trying to hide them from you. I used to be that chick that had the nails done all the time, and then I developed an allergy to nail glue. I have autoimmune issues, so we never know what's gonna happen. So here's your mom reminder to go get some water, drink some water. Oh, I am using a 4mm hook for this project. This is the matte, I think, Streamline from Furls, and God bless Furls, love them. However, these are so heavy and it cramps my hand up, so I can only go, this was all done in one setting, but I had to just be like, and that is all I can do because of the way that I hold the I don't even have crazy bad like tension. Like, I had to learn how to do better with my tension, and I don't like have insane tension. I used to like hold everything really tight, and it's sometimes though, because this yarn is being a little bit of a pill here. You can see that, yeah. It just wants to be apart, fall apart. Not a fan of that. But I think we're doing okay with it. Like, it's coming together okay in the project, so I'm not too stressed about it. However, this hook is pretty much the only one of mine that like really still goes in and out without getting a lot like hooked on anything. So we are just doing it in small batches because my hand cramps up so much because it is heavy. If you use these, then, more power to you. Yeah, but that's that. I am going to keep working on getting this completed, and then I will, bring you guys back in for a little bit more of that. And then we'll need to work on sewing together the 2 panels for our top. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't actually talk and do this one. Because of the fact that I have to count every stitch. I was doing it while I was watching like a true crime documentary last night, and it was like I was watching a podcast because I didn't actually look at the screen once because I was so like, okay, 1, 2, and that happens. It's fine. It was a true crime documentary, so not a big deal. We don't have to see all of that. And I am getting out some of these really cute stitch markers that I got. Here we go. This cute little cutie stitch marker. It's a little kitty cat, right? Love that. They're metal. Wasn't expecting that when I got them, but that's cool. But I have been stitch marking my first stitch on these because they're not tall, so like it's easy to just keep going and be like, oh shoot, where did I start on this row? But it looks really cute in the project, right? Oh my god, so cute. Anyways, I actually ordered a 4 in the wooden furls. I think that I should be getting that, I think, today. I am kind of worried that it's not going to be quite as... I do love the wooden ones, so we'll see. But if it doesn't glide like this one does, then I'll just have to keep using that one. And it might take me a little bit longer to finish my hat. So, all in all, I'm pretty excited about getting this finished. I think that I can make a pretty good dent in it today. Yeah. So I'll get back to this. Okay. Okay, so I have made it to the point where we are as big as we're gonna get with our little hat. And she's gonna be cute, right? So the next step is to start decreasing to get back to the brim for the hat. So that is what I'm gonna do next. And I have continued to use this because I have tried all my other ones, and I'm finding that because this one works the best with this wild yarn, and it looks like that because it was a sweater like yesterday, right? Okay. And I have seen people who like, I want to say they like iron the yarn, but they like wash it and then let it hang up and dry, and that's cool, but I'm not going to do that if I can just keep nice tension and it then turns out fine. This looks fine. That looks fine. So, and I have a hook that allows it to work. So, it's fine. Yeah. The only thing is this is really heavy and it hurts my hand. The yarn tells me what it wants. Anyways, I'm going to get back to finishing this, and before the end of the night, I'm going to have a beret. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm really excited about this. I get excited about new things. I haven't made berets before, but here we are. Wee wee. I love it. I'm really, really, really happy with it. Let me get a little closer. Hello. Also, I was at a thrift warehouse sale earlier today. Look at what happened. The whole time I was like, oh no, I forgot my sunscreen for my child and my husband who have very, very pale skin and burn very easily. And I guess I burn easily. This is new for me. I don't know. Yeah, so they didn't get any sunburn, and this is what my neck and back look like. This side's really not that bad. It's not great, but this side is like really annoying me. I was just sat there like crocheting my cute little hat, and I was like, and I scratched, and then I was like, oh, that's a little tender. And yeah, so I'm sunburned. But anyway, that's not the point. The whole point is how cute this hat is. I cannot wait to put the whole look together and show you every bit of it. I'm so excited. This was a sweater like 24 hours ago. This was a sweater. That's how cool thrifting, unraveling, and crocheting can be, and I am so excited about it. Okay. I'm very excited. This hat is so cute, and I think I'm going to wear it like literally all summer, and it was like really simple to make, so I think I'm going to make like 12. I kind of want to do one that's like black and white. Yeah, like a stripe. Ooh, that would be cool. Yeah, I like that it's the cotton breathy kind, and now and it's a wash. I'll put it in a garment bag, wash and dry, done. So happy with the way this turned out. We'll weave in my little end here at the very bottom, but come on. This was so great. There's a couple of pieces where it's snagged a bit where just because, you saw what the state of the yarn was. But I can go through with my little yarn needle and kind of pull those through, fix them, and we're good to go. And I just love it. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. I'm pretty excited. This is beautiful. And if you're looking at this going, wow, that's kind of homely, then I'm sorry that you're just a sad person and can't be happy for other people. Anyways, I am gonna go finish making my shirt. Yeah, okay. Hi, good morning. It is kind of early. I was up a little bit late working on finishing this up, but I am almost done with the top. I had decided to go back and put a trim on the bottom and the sleeves. And to be perfectly honest with you, I did like a ribbed trim at first, like going into like the back loop on a single crochet. I decided after I did it that I disliked it. So I pulled the entire trim off and then decided to go back and just do like a single crochet, like 3 rows, I think, of single crochet at the end. And so I'm putting on a couple of rows of single crochet on the sleeves as well now. But this has turned out adorable. And hat is completely done, so I'm going to spend this morning finishing the edges on this. I did decide to stay with the red for seaming it together and putting the trim on, just because I just think it looks more put together this way. I didn't want to make it too, I didn't want to make it too rugged because I really do like the way it came together. It looks very kind of polished. And then of course I made the beret, which looks, like it has a look. So once I finish this, the only thing I have left is to decide what thrifted item that I want to wear, either like a skirt or put it over a dress or some pants or something. And put that all together and show it off for a reveal. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time this morning finishing this up, and we'll decide what it is that we're going to put with it to make this outfit complete. Okay. So we had a couple of sweaters, a black one and this red tweed color. And now we have this springtime airy cotton blend top and 100% cotton beret where it'll breathe and I won't get too hot. So that's the best thing about that. And flowy satin with a slit dress. So I'm ready to go. Just goes to show that with a whole lot of ambition and just enough time, you can take old things and make them new again in a way that is exactly you. So these 2 sweaters, not my style, not in the least. This is a whole look. This is springtime goth / I don't know, I'm feeling a little fancy. But leave me a comment and let me know if you like how I put everything together, what you think I should do with the rest of this amazing red tweed yarn, because I definitely have enough to do another like pretty cool project with it. I may make a beret like this, but I don't want to wear them together because I think that's a little weird. And if you enjoyed this video, then I hope that you take the time to hit all the buttons and say the things, or maybe even just leave me a note to say that you enjoyed it so that it keeps getting shown to more people and we can keep letting people know that you can find yarn in some of the most unsuspecting places. Be good to each other, love each other, make good choices. And as always, free mom hugs from me to you. Bye, I'll see you in the next one.